morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm out of the light too much. Good morning, y'all. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the wonderful things He has done. Good morning, Upward. Good morning. Oh, to God be the glory. I give all praises to God for every good thing that has happened in my life. I give it to the Lord. I give it all to God. I give it all to God. I can't say, hey, Miss Brianne, I give it all to God. Let me say my prayer before I pray. First of all, the first thing I said when I opened my eyes was, thank you, Jesus, for being here another day. Thank you, Jesus. Even though I'm in a hospital in constant pain, I'm thanking Jesus that I'm here. I can't even eat the same way I eat, but thank you, Jesus, for being here another day. Let me say, ah, dear Lord, Father God, I thank you, Jesus. I thank you. I thank you for this food that I'm about to receive so I can go through the day healthy and with nourishment. I thank you for waking me up. I thank you for allowing me the time to get to know who you are, to know you for myself. I thank you, Lord, for this day, for this moment, for this hour, for this minute, for this second. I thank you for your grace and your mercy. I thank you for never giving up on me, for always carrying me, always walking with me, for always fighting my battles. For the battle is not yours, it's the Lord. I don't want my living to be in vain, Lord. I thank you. And as I do this video, Lord, I want you to work through me. I love you and I lift your holy name. Amen, amen, amen. Hey, everybody. You know, I still woke up with a heavy heart today. And not for what y'all probably think. Okay, see, first of all, Lord bless me with some sausage and eggs and potatoes. You know, the more that people always said this to me, the more you seek God, the more that the devil will rise. Or the devil will be busy. You know, I'm sure you all know that me and a friend that I've known for 30 years, that's the key word, 30 years. We hear that all the time. I know somebody for 30 years. I've known him for 30 I've known him for 30 years. Well, a lot of those years was just through social media. Not like we hung out and all of that, but 30 years. And I keep praying to God to get this thing off of my heart. You know, anybody, you know, people was telling, I still haven't looked at the whole video because it hurts me that a video was made in that vein. So I went back and I clicked and I hear this part. I prayed for Michael. I did th- I did this. I've been nothing but a good friend. So to say that you've been nothing but a good friend has to say what kind of friend have I been? And you know, when you seek God, people's truth, the trueness, He will show you people for who they are. You know, I am so tired, y'all. This is what I'm tired of. I am so tired of friends, so-called friends, you know, especially on this YouTube. So I'm gonna tell you this. I declare this right now. I'm never again having anybody. Hey, good morning, happy white black. I'm never again having anybody that's my friend. I'm never ever entangling that with YouTube. I'm never gonna do that because I'm tired of being burnt. I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of preparing dinner and I'm only getting the bones. I'm tired of cooking the chicken, but only getting the bones. I'm tired of fixing up something, but I'm tired of fixing up a house, but I'm not invited there. I can't be there. I'm tired of helping people, and then I end up being a bad guy. I end up looking like I'm the I'm the Judas. I'm not the Judas. I am tired of putting my heart out there on the line when it comes to this YouTube. See, a lot of people are not used to this. Do y'all know exactly what I said that I did want to have? Because if y'all, when I looked at her video, do y'all know the first comment, the first person that commented up under there was that Stovall? Talking about, oh, he messy, Queen of Queen, come on home. This is the man that drug her and her husband. I've never done that. Drug her and her husband. But see, that is what that video did. That video drew in. That video didn't draw in Christian folk. It drew in evil people. Look at the one person that came in and commented. On the messy person that drug you and your husband. That's the first comment under your video. When a person has to keep saying what they have done to you and what type of friend they have been, most of that they did it because they wanted to, not because you asked that. I've said, you know, I never comment on anything I see on YouTube, but honestly, I gotta say, I don't think you done anything wrong. That's my opinion, and that's all. Come on, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I tried to. I'm tired of people I help turning like that and being like that on me. I'm tired. That hurt. That shit hurts. That shit hurts. That's messing with my brand. That that is messing with my brand. Oh, I did this. I prayed for him. I did. Why I didn't. Good morning, Ellis. You're listening, watching here. Good morning. It'd be the closest people to y'all have seen my journey on YouTube. Y'all have seen the people that I've had their back and turn their back on me and do exactly what was done. Y'all have seen people do that to me time and time again. People that I've helped. When they was out here talking about how dumb she was, but for marrying somebody before she even met him, for marrying that man, even in real life, when the church folk, her friends kept saying they didn't have her back because she never met this man, but she married him. When they got married, they were in Africa and she was sitting in her living room. When they said, I do, I had her back. When they were mocking her, when they said she was crazy and didn't know what she was doing, I had her back. But I'm not a good friend. When people looked at her like she was crazy, when she sits up here and she says things, and I know that ain't true, I have her back. When she get on here and you realize, come on, see, this is why people don't go to church. This is why people don't mess with the Christian folk. And one breath you can sit on here and say how your husband did it so good to you and messed up your ovaries. That's what you've been a lot worldly lately. I'm upset that you don't turn all of this and what you feel out of all of that. You didn't give Stovall that much. You gave him more grace. You went over to his panel to explain it, but yet you do a video and let me have it. I'm pissed. I'm still pissed about it. I've been nothing but good to you. Nothing but good to you. When they said you was clout chaser and how you come over here and you're promoting yourself and all of that, I had your back. When you call me complaining about somebody, I had your back. When you said, Michael, do a video, because I had your back. And I dare you sit there and talk about how good of a friend you been. Most of the time, you don't have to say it. It speaks for itself. Y'all, every time, how many times have y'all heard her say, I've known him 30 years more? That is your tagline. That is your how you get in line. I've known him for 30 years more. But if you know me for 30 years more, why did you do me like that? Why did you do me like that? Why the hell did you do me like that? You were wrong. You were wrong as hell. And I'm pissed. And I'm asking God to take that away from me. I'm tired of people that my sister's done me wrong. People on here has done me wrong. You have done me wrong. I've thrown you under the bus. When nobody had your back, about when your brother couldn't stand your husband, when your brother, I had your back. When you said nobody from the church went to visit your mama, I went and sat there with your mama for hours in the nursing home. But I'm shady. I'm not you a good friend. Did you go see my mama when she was in the hospital? Did you go see my mother when she was dying in the hospital? No, but I went and saw yours. But you sit there and telling everything that you've done. I'm hurt, and I'm hurt as hell that you did that. You keep talking about what you've done for me. You've done a lot of what you've done for me helped you. Did you do it to be able to say you did it? I went and sat with your mother because of you and because you said wasn't nobody going to see. Not even your friends was going to see her. You cried to me and said, Michael, thank you. And you and I wasn't even hanging like that. But I stopped there because my friend's mother was in there. And all because I dropped you down and didn't want to argue on here. You do a video and your whole video is what you did. Come on. Because now you make me wish you hadn't done it. I wish you hadn't done none of that. If you're going to do it and throw it in my face. I've been a good friend. Who are you convincing? Us or yourself? I can't believe you did that. Being a woman of God. I didn't see a woman of God in that video. I saw somebody that put themselves before God. Because that was a teachable moment right there. Even if you had to do the video and just said, you know what, we are too cool. And no, you came from flesh. You came from your flesh. And you've been in the church, like you say, too long and loving God too long to do what you did to me. What you did to me was wrong. Should I have not dropped you down and went toe to toe with you should I have not dropped you down? The reason I dropped you down is so we wouldn't be doing this. But because you got this little platform, you know, you got numbers. You got numbers on that video. What, 80, 90 something people didn't watch you? They ain't watching you because you praying. You didn't get them numbers because you were saying how good God was. You got them numbers because you jumped in some mess. And you jumped in quite a few messes that had nothing to do with you. You secretly know what you're doing. Call it what you want to. But you have clout chase. But I allowed you to clout chase. You have jumped in stuff that had nothing to do with you. And when I say don't get in it, but you're going to turn around and say, I took up for him for his prayer. You took up for me because that was getting you some people to watch you. Come on, let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a thing a thing. Don't you dare, Clayleen, come out here and question me being your damn friend. And I'm pissed about that. You at your job, I stopped by your job and brought you pop. I prayed for you. I prayed for you when you feeling down and out. I prayed for you when you was going through your first divorce. I've been a listening ear for you. You've told me things. See, this is what I don't get about these people. These people will stop being, they tell me everything and then come and tell you what type of friend I am. Why do you if I didn't think somebody was a friend, I wouldn't tell. I know some things that she told me that I would never repeat. But why would you tell me that if I'm a flaky friend? All that, you know what? I kept saying, stop saying, oh, we get into it twice a year. Because see, I'm on a new path. I'm not one of people. Michael Stovall drug you for filth, and you still were open, and you still was going over there. You still was knowing what he was saying. Still was giving him grace. I leave it alone. I don't do that back and forth. I can't. I'm tired of being hurt like this. I'm tired of people that I have helped and stood behind. A lot of people know you because of me. Let's call it what it is. A lot of people know you because this is my friend. That is your tagline. That is your interest. We've been friends for 30 years. You said that so much. You said it. You said it. We've known each other for 30 years. I've known Michael so long. I know he's a good person. He's this and that. So for you to make that video, that makes all of that null and void. I'm tired of people doing me like that. You know what? Somebody was like, that's Judas. I'm tired of having Judases in my life that sit at my table and break bread with me, but be the first one to throw me under the bus, throw you under the bus. You doing that video was throwing me under the bus. And the sad part about it is she don't see it. She don't see it. And what it is you in a marriage that is what I tell you, you're in a marriage. You don't see your husband. You can't see your husband. You don't know when you fighting for your husband to get here. And you talk about it and all of that. And people looking at you like you crazy. How can she do it? You sit there. And I've said to you, even when you sit there, we got a family and you make it more than what it is. It's not that. You are unhappy. Not with yourself and your situation, baby. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That is why you have not been the same person. I've seen the change in you. For you to have to explain and say, when Stovall said that you flew over there and you flew over there and he didn't give you none, as a woman of God, you had to go to his level and say, baby, because that ain't what my ovary said. He tore it up. As a woman of God, see how you lowered yourself? Why did you explain that man what your husband did to you? You been on a defensive mode. What woman of God gonna sit there and say how somebody broke her back and beat it up? You cared so much about this man said that you flew that long and didn't get none that you had to tell people that your husband tore it up. He the first one that commented under your video. And y'all, the reason I'm doing this, I slept on this. I slept on it, Linda. I woke up and it's still heavy on my heart because I helped this damn girl. I helped this damn girl. And I'm so tired of the motherfuckers that I helped, excuse my French, doing this shit to me. I'm tired of it. Time and time again, the people that I'm lifting up is the ones that try to put me down. Good morning, Bon. I'm tired of people. You know, the stuff that we talk about. You know what? I'm tired of people saying one thing behind the scenes and then coming out here and trying to portray another thing in front of the scenes. I'm hurt. Because see, when you messing with somebody, you lifting them up, and then they turn around and do that. They don't know what effect that had. It adds to what people already think. I ain't did nothing to you to warrant that video for you to do a whole video talking about how much of a damn friend you've been to me. I've been too good to you in this YouTube world for you to do that video. And it's all about you and what you did. I didn't sit here and say, I look at your chat. A lot of those people come from me. A lot of them people know you because of me. And this is always the thanks I get. You was in the chat the other, you was in the chat. I brought you chicken up there. It's like everything you do, you throw it in my face. I stuck some chicken up in it, but you also came in here and went live while I was in the hospital. You didn't even ask me, but you went live. Oh, I said that worked for you. That didn't work for me. Yeah, I got the chicken. Baby, somebody would have brought the chicken. But you came right in here, gave me that chicken, went live, and told everybody I snuck chicken up here. How the hell did you sneak? And I kept looking at you like you didn't even get that. You went live in my hospital room. I can't even eat my breakfast, y'all. Come on. I told you every time somebody, you know what, this happened when I was into it with Shelby and them. And it's really, and I told you that I was going to buy the hot dogs for your book signing. And then you was acting shady. I said, you tell me, no, I'm good. And they convinced you. People talked about you to me, and you believed it. But when people came and talked to me, talking about how silly you are, how dumb you are, for getting married to a man you never met, this is what I had your back. No. How's she talking about her and her husband and fam? You got dressed. You got dressed and went to take pictures. It wasn't no big wedding. Y'all got married over the video. He was in Africa before you met him. That to other people that seem crazy. And I had your back. When people talked about you, I had your back. But you've been a good friend. Even though I thought personally that was a little far-fetched for you to marry somebody before you met them. Married. Yes, I thought it was a little far-fetched. What I tell you when you go, be careful, because you went down there not knowing this man, not knowing nothing. When they chased you and he had to chase you down, y'all had to lose some people. When they came up to you in the airport, I had your back. We much better than that, Bound. We are much better than a damn video being done on me. See, I'm tired of people telling me what something, and then, but it's just, why? That whole video, from what I saw, is what you did to me, and you trying to prove you ain't a friend. That's not what a friend does of over 30 years. I wouldn't have done it. You doing that video like demeans everything that I've done for you. You didn't help me on YouTube. Hell, you didn't pay me for the last time I did comedy. I'm just so tired of people coming for me. And this was a coming for me in a nice way. Stop. You're not the victim. You're the victim of your circumstance. I know we're going to, Sweet Rita, I know. I know. But I'm hurt. I'm so tired of people that I rock with doing this, turning on me, doing me like this. I only can take so damn much. I only can take so damn much. I did this. I prayed for him to. I called you and asked you to pray, and I prayed for you. I prayed for you when you went to Africa that nothing happened to you because you was going to a country where you knew nobody. I prayed for you. Is your praying for me more important than me praying for you? I have called you and said, God has told me to pray for you. I called you and said, God told me to pray for you, and I prayed for you. You go on a public platform. That was a video of you ranting about what you done for me and me being shady to you. I'm pissed. I don't like that. And I'm hurt. That fuck 30 years now. That's what you were saying. Fuck 30 years. I'm like, once again? I'm like, again? Don't tell me again. When you could have got off that live and the same way you called me to tell me Michael Stovall was talking about me when I just got out of surgery, the same way you called me to tell me that, you could have called and did that. You didn't have to do a video. You did not have to do that video. And I just, the tone of your voice, and I've been a good friend. I dare you. I dare you. There ain't nothing worse than helping somebody on YouTube and then they using that same platform that you helped them a little bit to get, and then they use that platform in turn and let you have it. Imagine that. Imagine you going by somebody and their car is broke down and you help them fix it and they get to running it. When they get to running, they run you over. You help them fix the car to run you over. I feel like she ran me over. Sweet Rita, have you been watching? How did I throw her under the bus? Sweet, have you been watching? It's a build-up of thing. I don't care. She could have called me and said that. Yeah, okay, if she did feel that, she could have called me and said that. She didn't have to do a damn video. But you know what? She got views off that video. Let's call it what it is. What that video at 80, 90 views on that particular video? If she felt like I threw her under the bus, Sweet Rita, and for 30 years she could have said, Sweet Rita, I ain't known you half that time, and I wouldn't do a video on you. Sweet Rita, I ain't known you half that time, and would not do a video. I would call you. And you know that's my thing, Sweet Rita. That's what I always say. I would call you. We've had, me, Sweet Rita, we've had little bumps, and I called you. I have called you. I didn't bring it on here. She should have never done that video. And I'm hurt. I was like, damn it, here we go again. Lord, why? Why? Why again? I'm so tired of fucking helping people and motherfuckers they're cussing now, stabbing me in my back. Really? It hurt me when my sister did it. It hurt me when Coco did it. It hurt me. I'm tired of getting y'all people on my side and having y'all back. And y'all fucking turn around and do this shit to me. Yes, I'm mad. Damn it. And making me seem like I'm this. No, get the hell out of here with that. Shit. Did Michael did that thing? Stop that. Stop with that. There's a reason why I feel the way I feel. All the stuff me and her done talked about in the background. To bring this to the forefront like that. That was out of order. I can't even read, y'all. For Queen Sister was being. See, I don't listen to that. Queen the Queen will listen to that bullshit. Queen the Queen will listen to them people. I don't listen to none of that. And when I tell her, don't mess with people, and she still mess with them, that be her. She still want to deal with them and get them the benefit of the doubt. And it hurt me because I truly cared about her. It hurt me. Cause look at me, I didn't cuss. I ain't never felt that way. I was asleep and I could not get that video off my heart. I woke up and I was like, really? Yesterday, that from what on my video, I privated that video because of the way it felt. I said, well, you know what? Maybe I should not have dropped her down. I should have just muted her. But it was no talking. And that was like the third time that it was rah, 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 rah. But yet she make herself seem like the video talking about she couldn't get a word in edgewise. No, boo-boo. Nobody else could get a word in edgewise. Go look at my other video when you and Upward was talking. Nobody else could, but you playing the victim. You talk a lot. And because and you know, no, you've been talking so much because you've been on this defending yourself. Because it hurts you. And it hurts you bad that your marriage was talking about. That's what it was. But don't let them people talking about your marriage dwindle down to what I thought our friendship was. Because evidently I was wrong about the friendship. You don't want to always say 30 years, 30 years, 30 years. And all those 30 years was crumbled all into that one video. Because now I'm going to think, you said I was flaky. I always throw you under the bus. We ain't dealt with each other like that. It ain't been that many times we've been around each other that I had to throw you under the bus. There's been years that we ain't spoke. So stop that. We've known of each other for 30 years. Let's make that right. We've known of each other for 30 years. Wasn't like we was hanging on a daily basis. There might have been a project here and there. Come on. Come on. But that don't mean nothing. So don't say we known each other 30 years again. Don't say that again. I don't want to hear that. Because that 30 years didn't mean shit. I came and talked to them young men for you. I didn't get paid for that. I didn't ask for nothing. But since we talking about what we did, I have been there for you. As well as you for me. But that whole video, all I heard, I've been a good. So you saying I haven't been a good friend? That made that what happened last night made you. You've been wanting to do that. You've been needing to go off. You've been needing to let something out. Honey, stop worrying about being a good friend, and be a good wife, and get your husband over here. And that way you be a little nicer. That's why we work on being a good wife. And fuck the good friend stuff. Excuse me, Jesus. I'm the one that say it. You over there talking, because I'm a stepmother and all that. And I'm like, you ain't never met the son, but you ain't never met the son. Come on. You didn't have a wedding. I'm telling you all of that. That's why people are looking at the way it is. It wasn't no ceremony. The ceremony was over like this right now. You bought a dress, you went over there, y'all took pictures with your grandmama. It wasn't no family, no nothing. So that's why people ain't looking at it that way. You are. And you can get married however you want to. You say he got a big family and he does all of this and that. That's you. When somebody does that, they're trying to convince themselves. You ain't got to convince me. I'm not the enemy. I have not done nothing to you. But I'm pissed about that video. And after this, I'm going to let it go. But I learned. You ain't got to bite me twice. I don't need to get bit twice. I see, that's why people like that other boy get people, because people will get dragged for filth and then end up still going over there, still being cool with them. Still being cool. You only got a chance to do one video on me. And I ain't did nothing, especially in these YouTube streets. But hell, I was already established. People already knew me. People already knew me. I have video with hundreds of thousands views. People knew me. But I'm so tired of people that I've tried to help turn around. Help me get to 1K. Do this. What should I do? And now I'm a flaky friend that you did a video on me? You did a video on me? That don't sit well with me. I prayed for it last night before I went to bed. I listened to my video that I did as I was going. The nurse came in. I gotta go get my pain medicine. You hurt my heart. We shouldn't be going through this. We should be praying on me to get back. I should be praying that you can get your husband here with you, because that's what you want. That's what you need. Even when a lot of people talk about, oh, she always talking about her husband. We don't see it. I defend you in those back rooms. Do you defend me? You defend me on here, but I defend you in them back rooms and them back conversations when everybody calling you silly, everybody calling you dumb. I defend you. She sound crazy. I defend you. Because I'm not wishy-washy. I'm not flaky like that. But I don't do stuff to get the accolades and the applause. I've had enough applause in my life. But you ain't never seen me do a whole video talking about how good of a friend I've been to somebody. When I ain't did that. If your feelings was hurt because I dropped you down, because I didn't want this to happen. This is the same thing. Y'all know how many people have been on my video, been on my panel, jumped off and went to their panel and did videos on me. It's the same thing. The same damn thing. Jump right off. Instead of going and seek God first and ask God like I did before I did my video last night. You should have went and you should have talked to God, went into your prayer closet instead of doing that video on me. I'm hurt about that video. I'm hurt. And I'm done. You know, I wish I had just said this was right. Yes. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it's not one thing, it's another. My food done got cold. I'm down to 4% on my phone. It's all right. It's gonna be all right. For my age of cold. I feel like we had that Last Supper. I feel like we had the Last Supper. Oh my God, this pill is working on me. Uh, you know, I'm just not in a good place and space. I'm not in a good place or a good space. Oh, that pill. Oh, I feel like I'm feeling nauseated right now. Oh, I'm feeling nauseated. Uh, mm. She was reading her chat wrong. She was getting information. Man, that's just sad. Look, y'all, I'm like this. At the end of the day, I'm good. I'm not messing with it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm walking away from it. I don't need it. My eye is on, if somebody is not lifting me up, Uncle, remember this, for bearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a court against any, even as Christ will give you some. Yes, I get it. The mind and body easily do have a connection. The mind follows the body. Decompress, try to. You know what? I'm at a thing. I'm here. This is where I'm at to make sure that I'm not feeling like this anymore. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need no phone calls, no nothing. I'm stopping that. Stopping all of that. I'm not letting anybody else in ever again. I'm not letting anybody else in ever again. I'm not ever having friends. It's gonna be totally separate. When it comes to this YouTube, I ain't helping nobody with no YouTube, no nothing. I'm not going on nobody's panel. I'm not going up in nobody's chats. I'm sitting right over here. I'm gonna mind my business and I'm gonna protect myself. I'm going to protect myself. And I know everybody can say, oh, do this and that. No, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. This is the last time I'm gonna be burnt. This is the last time I'm gonna be burnt. This is the last time this is gonna happen to me. I've invited this woman into my home to eat dinner. I invited her over for Thanksgiving dinner and gave her plates. Mm-mm-mm. Even if she had did a video, but the way she did it, and she's always listening to other people. And that's why when I say, I always tell her she's naive, you naive. When she was at my birthday party, oh, this neighborhood, and then what's called did the video, did a whole video on her reaction. She said, I can't believe they took my video. I said, I told you, it's not one thing I didn't told her about YouTube that's been wrong. Sweet Rita, what you mean that's what friends do? What you mean that's what friends do? Oh, I feel so bad this morning. I feel so bad this morning. But you know what? God's gonna make it all right. I'm still alive. I'm still above water. Give plates and share food. Yes. Flaky friend. I guess flaky friends do it too. This girl said I was flaky. Throwing her under the bus. Girl, how am I throw your ass under the bus? I might have pushed you into it and yeah, it was collision. But you ain't up under no bus, girl. But no, for real. I'm good on that. I'm good on this is the last time. Can I drink ginger ale? I don't know, but I'm not feeling good. And this stress ain't helping. You know what? And we this is my thing. You talking about I can't believe they still doing videos on you. Oh my God. They are doing you know what? They still talking about you. And then that person turn right around and do a video herself. Or you was watching her chat. I but she knew that that would happen. She knew the people. But wait, why do you want the people that I don't mess with to know? I don't mess with none of them people. That only fed into what I was trying to stop. That's why I said, no, we're not going to do this on here. That's why I privated the video. That's what Rita said they played her. Yeah, they played her. I keep telling her, but she don't believe it. That's why I say when she's naive. But you know what? They play her right on. They play her. They can keep playing her because I'm good on it. I wish her well. I wish her well. She didn't realize she was talking to old boy's sister. She don't be knowing none of that. And see, I don't know it. I didn't see it. All I know is the little teeny bit I heard. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it because I know me. And I said I'm not going up on anybody. I could. Oh, I could go there. I'm still the clapback king. But I wouldn't do that to her. I would walk away first. And I'm truly hurt. Oh my God. Oh, I think I gotta throw up. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh my God, with my crutches. Mm. Oh God. Uh, uh, uh. Oh, uh, 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 uh. Hold on, y'all. That pain was. Hold on, hold on. Oh, hold on. Ah, oh, oh my God. This has really made me sick. Really made me sick. I don't have time for this shit. I don't have time for this mess. I had other things I had to worry about. Mm, mm. I'm just tired. I'm tired of helping folk. And the same folk you help turn around and make you the bad guy. Want to say what they done for you. I did this, I did this, I've been this, I've been that. Okay, be that by yourself because I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on I'm good on everybody. I shouldn't be in here worrying about what somebody said about me. Call me to tell me somebody did a video on me, but turn around and do one video themselves while I'm in the hospital. Turn around and do a video on me. And I did nothing but share my expertise, share my platform. But some people will do anything. I'm good on it. I am good, y'all. I'm not kissing nobody's butts. I ain't trying to make nobody kiss mine. But I'm good. That's why I say solo dolo. I'm good. I I see it. I see it. God is showing me. God is showing me. You know what? Worry about you, Michael. Worry about you. Stop being so nice. Stop being so trusting. Because it seems like those be the same ones I help be the ones that come and bite me in my ass. Bite me in the ass. And then other people clean going to it. See, one thing about this YouTube stuff, people get mad at each other, then they reach out, come on over here. And now you're talking about me to other people. But they do some of the biggest gossip in church. Church folks, some of the most gossipy, messy people I know. Church folk is some of the most gossiping, messy people I know. And then they say, Sweet Rita, she just doesn't listen. Listen, Linda, that was my whole thing, that she has not been listening. Queen ain't been listening. She has not been listening. And she don't see it. She was so hurt by the way they was talking about her in that marriage. And that's hard to go through on you, but it ain't like it's a lot of people watching. Some people think they got thousands and thousands of people watching. But some people only take one or two people to say something about them. They just came in here saying they might have to do surgery on my foot. And I'm worried. I'm sitting here defending a video, defending, I'm one of the most loyal people, Sweet Rita said, yeah, ever since, yeah, she felt like she had a point to prove. And Vince said, spot on. Sweet Rita said, Linda, she's a talker, not a listener. She don't get that. Yeah, she felt like she had a point to prove. Sweet Rita said when she finally realized that talking went too far, she shut her channel down. Who? Let's say good, Sweet Rita. Y'all, I had been saying that for a while. I said, you're not listening. You out here, you talking, you're not listening. When her and Elba was trying to mend the thing and go get at least get to some common ground, some understanding, she talked, and then Elba started talking, and she jumped right in. She don't. I said that. I said you don't listen. I told her that often before. I said you don't realize you don't listen. You seeing all of this because when that's what we do. When we got a point to prove, y'all got excuse me because I'm not feeling good. But when you got a point to prove, by that person talking, you thinking about what you're gonna say next. You thinking about what you're gonna say next. So in return, you don't listen because you're too busy waiting on your turn to say something. And she had not been listening. She wasn't listening to me offline. Michael, you think I'm nice? You think I don't know? You think I ain't got tough skin? I do. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm so tired of the same stuff like this happening. And then people jump on it And I keep telling her that's what they want to see. That's what they want to see. She fell right into that trap. This will be, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. I would say the one thing we can't take away the one thing we can take away from here, she is very articulate and can express very well, but that listening skill needs work. She listened to respond and not to understand. That's so perfectly well put. And I've never seen this side of her. I've never seen this side of her. She's all out of character. That is not who I know. I mean, did a whole video on me. Now, if I had came back with that same rah, 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 I'm just trying to get better. I am trying to get better. I done threw up twice since we've been on the phone because of that medicine. The pain pills is too strong for me. Mm. Sweet Rita said that's true. April said, come on upward. Oh my God. Y'all know I ain't been number nine. I'm not one. I'm sorry, you guys. That was my fault. Oh, I'm just taken back by it. I mean, what point, what point were we proving? And who were we proving it to? The haters? Would you say, oh, what, rut roll? Rut, what? Rut roll. Oh, hold on, y'all. Mm. Okay, I had to pass gas. What? Don't judge me. I'm just tired, y'all. I'm so tired. That's what Rita said. I said, I'm a listener. Mike, no, you need to read. Oh, I said, I'm a listener, Mike. Now you need to read your. Oh, God, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad, Miss Sweet Rita. Bingo, the haters. You said at 4%. No, I'm at 6% now. I got it plugged up. Mm. Upward, you want to hit that link upward? I want you to tell them how I prayed, how we prayed last night, how we went through all of those scriptures, and I asked God to lead me. That's why I don't hear hooping and hollering. Exactly, sweetness. You caught the reference. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna be able to do physical therapy today. Oh, mm, 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 mm. I'm really just. How can I believe it? And I have not listened to the video in its entirety. And I've been nothing but good. Now, if you said I crack a lot of jokes on her, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. The blood, the blood, the blood. Ava said you don't need to listen to it. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to because if I do, I know it'll put me in a place of space. I watched the chat. I know they played on her emotions. I need to call her husband. I don't even have his number. You know, so many things I could say and so many I can go down, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm tired of being other people's story. Let me go look at one thing, y'all. Hold on. Oh, you know, that's just like when they convinced her that I wasn't gonna buy the hot dogs for her book signing. This ain't the first time, but it's gonna be the last time. Trust me, it's going to be the last time. I have the gift of goodbye. I'm going through too many other things in my life to be going through that with somebody you've known for 30 years, listening to other people. I'm not saying nothing about it. I said it to her. What did what the Upward say yesterday? Didn't she say the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy? Case closed. Just second wife. Wait, Sweetie say I tried to I tried to stop her. She picked up little pieces. I'm telling you, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. Lord knows. Sweetie said yes, April. And I said it. I said, Clayton, come on, come up and we'll do some Bible verses together. She didn't come up to do that, but she jumped up there with she jumped up there with an intent. Yeah, she jumped up there with the intent, and her intent wasn't to just say to me, "Oh, I like the road you're going down." I'm not gonna go toe to toe with her because it would be too easy. Linda said she said the same thing over and over again. Yeah, because she doesn't have an argument. Linda, behind the scenes, I would tell her, watch this person, watch that person, and then they would get her. They would get her. And there's nothing wrong with, being open, but sometimes you can't be naive. Just like I'm sure they're taking this moment here. Oh, he messy, he ain't nothing. And sometimes people believe that. That's why I said she was saying a whole lot of nothing. And I didn't look at the video. I didn't. I didn't put her address up. I didn't dox her. She talking to the same people that doxed her. Dealing with the same people that doxed her. Mhm. But I guess it's fun when somebody come in your chat. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, I was over there. I just went and looked. Then she got 122 views. 122 views on that. Sounds. Wait, hold on. No, why is it doing? Oh, it sounds like Paquan's in jail. They were trying to say you doxed her. Wait, they was trying to say Paquan's in jail. You doxed her. They were playing in her face while she was hurting. Who they said who doxed her? They said who doxed her? I didn't dox. They said who doxed her? Hey, Upward,
Hey,
what's going on?
I'm sorry. Wait, thanks.
Wait, you hear
Um,
that? You hear that they told um, Clayleen I doxed her. I don't even know Clayleen's address. How would I dox her? I don't know her address. I know how to get there. I don't know her address. That sound and if she believed that, that is ridiculous.
yeah,
That,
it's
that's
like,
ridiculous. But I knew. Listen, that's why I privated the video because I knew that those vultures were going to go right in, and you have some people that will fall for it.
yeah. Well, like I was saying in the chat, that's where when discernment comes in. So no. Yeah, I hate that all of this happened.
But you know what? It didn't. Something in me told me, "Don't bring her up." I'm serious. Something said that the atmosphere was going to change when I brought her up. The name of the title was "Trans Being Transparent on YouTube," and Sweet Reason said that's how they was playing her. She know I don't have to dox her. I wouldn't. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I'm not mad at her. It wouldn't help me, but and this kind of happened once before. But I am tired. I am tired of helping folk. I am tired of getting the car fixed just so you can run me over. Basically, that's what it is. I done gave you a tune-up, fixed your tire, and then I done stood in front of the car and you done put it in drive and ran me right the hell over. Ain't nobody running me over no more. I'm done. I am done. Don't nobody ask me nothing about YouTube. Don't ask me nothing about helping get subscribers. None of that. Because those be the same people that come back and they come to bite me in my ass. Sweet Rita said it was Fuquan's sister beating her that. I don't know. I don't even deal with Fuquan or his sister. I don't deal with them. I'm good. I don't know if he in jail or not or none of that's not my business. All I can say is don't drop the soap. Because I would on purpose.
Like you were saying something about or you were asking me about the last night. You were saying something about the scriptures. Yeah. We did read a lot of the scriptures because it was really, you know, feeling some type of way. And, the more you read, the more you talk about God, it kind of pushes out the darkness. Oopsie. Pushes out the darkness and sheds more light and joy. So we went through a lot of the scriptures. I actually wrote them down, but they're over on the couch. But anyway, yeah, and we learned some things. I'm like, wow, like Naomi and what's the lady's name? Naomi and her mother-in-law.
Ruth.
That's right. I couldn't even think. And it was so weird was coming back to me because um, the Eastern Stars, and which I did that once upon a time, and yeah, it's not good at all. But anywho, wasn't for good for me because I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, that was a good story. We learned a lot, and see, man, you cut us short when you said 40 to 50 scriptures. That was a lot of scriptures, and going through the Psalms. I even started to feel better going through the Psalms. I'm like, wow, and look, y'all, just, this a nugget for you. If you have Chat GPT, actually, that's what we use, just kind of throwing questions out there for Chat GPT. And she was talking back to us and gave us all the information. And even we started, I was looking up the scriptures and stuff, and then eventually, I don't know what was said. I think Mike said something, and she just started responding and reading the thing. I was like, whoa, how about that? So she's reading us all these scriptures and stuff. It was before we know it, his mood went from anger or I don't know if it was indifference. Maybe that's it. You went from indifference to praising God again. And that's what it's all about, changing the atmosphere. So, yeah, I was tired in mind, body, and spirit after listening to some of that stuff. But and that's why we kind of I'm hoping that you are able to overcome, adapt and overcome and get past it, because like you being sick, I've had that happen before. So, you know, just and y'all we don't really realize it until after we have gone through it, that really it is a real thing, that mind and body connection. And you get upset enough and stressed out enough, depending on your endurance and your tolerance, the same thing could happen or worse. You start feeling funny in your chest and whatever else. I mean, your body tells you when to chill out. I mean, people can tell you, hey, bring it back a little bit, but listen to your body. Listen to your body. It's like the engine light coming on in the car. And a lot of times I know I've been guilty of it when I was younger, driving my cars and the engine light come on. I'm thinking I still got time. Next thing you know, that thing will shut down. So, um, you got to do what you got to do. But I, I hate this. I wish I could fix it, but I can't. I can do my part on the sidelines, and that's pray about it. So I'm willing to do that.
You know what? The feeling, I'm just tripped out about this video. And then I didn't read the chat. I was listening to what Sweet Rita was saying. And that was my main reason of dropping her. And that was my main reason of taking her comments out the chat, because I didn't want to feed the buzzards. I didn't want to feed the buzzards because I knew they was going to pray. And that's what they did. They jumped right in her chat from what I'm seeing. I don't know. And, doing all of this. She's worried about it. She don't want the narrative change, but she allowed them to change the narrative in her chat. And listen, it didn't draw anybody that was positive over there. It drew people that were messy folk. And you don't get it. You be doing live. Some people just happy to see people they ain't never saw before, and they get to talking to them. Don't know that they ain't in there for their good. They're in there to be messy. And I've done nothing to that child. She's not a child. That woman. What did it say? See, this is why I said I love when Upward is up there with you, Mike. Y'all make such a good team, and she makes a lot of sense. Listen, I'm telling you, I called her last night, and I was so hurt. And I said, Upward, and I played a little bit of that, and I said, I can't listen to no more. Then I not listen to it Upward, because I said I don't want to be angry.
Yeah.
But I'm still just shocked that a video was made of anything. I will, like I told Sweet Rita, I will call. That's my biggest thing. If I mess with you, I'm gonna call you. And me and her did a video. She was like, yeah, we was like, yeah, y'all want to see us get into it. But and look, that's exactly what happened. But I wish she would have zoned in on her God side instead of her worldly side, because she was worldly last night. There
Yeah.
was, there was no God in there anywhere. And I was the one trying to say, no, hold up, hold up. And everybody, I'm telling you, I've seen the change of her. If y'all look, she has been doing so much talking. And then for her to start that video off saying, since I couldn't get a word in edgewise, I was just blown away. I was blown away when she said, I couldn't, girl, motor mouth. Miss, I gotta prove a point. Am I right? Listen, well, when you did the video, who did the most of the talking?
Look, she was talking so much. I was in the middle because when you're speaking, you kind of got to think as you're speaking. But I'm hearing her also trying to maintain my train of thought, and I had started telling her, "Look, okay, I allowed you to speak. All I'm expecting is the same in return. You don't have to agree with me, and that's okay. That's why we're different. That's we're two separate individuals, but at least." Have enough respect. I ain't want to listen to the stuff that you had to say. I really didn't, because my mind was made up, point blank, period. But and that's not an attack on her. It's based off of what I heard, and I really wish she could hear what she said, and as quickly as she said it, it just did not make sense to me. And I heard her come back, but in the midst of it all, I think what got me was I'm listening to you and I'm trying to talk. I have zero patience when it comes to that. And I know it happens sometimes, you can't avoid it, but when you catch yourself and you realize it, like, oh, let me pull back, I didn't realize you were trying to speak. Or when you crash like that, just apologize and shut up. It's okay to be quiet, and it's okay to sit in the uncomfortable silence sometimes too.
Hey, Brandy, how you doing? I got a good story. Like I, I had to learn that I talked a lot. I was talking to Sweet Rita one day, and I forgot what she said, but I laughed so hard. And so I have been in the process of listening. But that's different, especially when there's a debate. And lately, she's been on this kick of defending herself. When they challenged that marriage, when the same person is telling her to come on home, which he never says anything original because that was Two Braids thing. But anyway, um, that is the one that drug her. That's the one called her all kind of names. You ain't cute with no braids. I don't care what you put in your hair. And these people forget, and they get to going back and they get to talking. And she has been ever since he did that. She has I said you different. The time before, I said, hey, hold up. The way you coming at me is a little wrong. And it's amazing that people will come at me a certain way and won't come at nobody else that way. Why? Why is that? Why do people feel comfortable to come at me sideways and won't do it to the people they really need to do it to? What do you think about? Do you think people? Have you noticed that people will take a chance with me? That's the devil wanting me to go off. The devil wanting me to nutter. The devil wanting me to be clapped back, but I'm not.
I think you gotta teach people, bottom line, teach people how to treat you, period.
I'm just tired of this is like a repeat of people that I got they back and I'm having them, and then they be the ones to turn around and let me have it or try to let me have it. Now, if I had to do the video coming back and saying all the things that I want to say, oh, Michael wrong, Michael wrong. But in this case, I'm not um, debating her what she feel. That's how she feel. But why feel that on a live video? But yeah, in that same video, you saying, oh, he called me out because he told them I sent the video. Well, you called me out. So you did the same thing. Right out. Why not call me?
Well, hold up. You didn't say her name. Just talked about the behavior. You didn't identify anybody. If I recall correctly, you were talking about behaviors.
Exactly. But see, that was it. I said, and the fact that somebody sent me that video, I mean, told me what they said, I said, I was in such shock. That's why she originally came up. She did not come up to just say, you did a good job. 2 days I went past and you ain't called me and said it. You called me to tell me right after my surgery. The first thing I heard your mouth is, oh, you all right? Oh, but child, you told me the Michael Stovall stuff. That was messy. And then after a long video, the video that I asked her to come up on about the scriptures, you didn't. You would do it in the chat, but you didn't come up. I know why you didn't come up, because that one was up here. That you said it was all right. I know what you felt. And so when you jumped up there and you said, hey, even that wasn't sincere. I know, you're doing a good job and all that, but baby, you was doing that to get to where you really wanted to go. And that conversation. I'm a grown ass man. I've been doing this. I'm not new to this. I saw every move you made. And so when I said, well, we ain't gonna talk about that up there. And I said, you're not gonna tell me what to talk about on my channel. There was a difference in you, a boldness in you. I don't know where that come from, but you were directing it towards the wrong person. But you know what? The devil led you right where you need to go, because you got off here, went over there to all the people that wanted to hear that bullshit. Feeding into it. And I always kept telling you, watch it, watch it. Michael, you always say I'm naive. Last night is a good example of that. I ain't your enemy. I ain't never been your enemy. Not for you to do no whole damn video on me.
Okay.
Come on.
So now that we're here, right? Now what? And these are just rhetorical questions. So now what? And not only that, what would it take? I mean, and this is it would take a whole lot of maturity and put in that ego. That ego is that thing that's in us all, that we have to really put in check, because that ego is something terrible. But from here, what would it take? Again, having friendship. Let's remove the 30 years. Friendship. If this is a friendship that she values, if it's a friendship you value, because what you value, you'll pour into. If you don't value it, then you treat it haphazardly. So now that you're here, what would it take to resolve it? What's the end goal here? Like, would you be open, leaving it alone YouTube, or bringing it to YouTube and having a open and honest discussion with respect, and a willingness to listen? And that part, I'm telling you now, you're not going to be able to get far or do anything unless and until that listening is addressed, or lack of listening. And I mean, there's nothing worse than trying to have a conversation and it becomes a dialogue. Like, look, I'm not here to just listen to you talk. It's us. It's a us thing. It's not about you. And that's where that ego comes into play. And when you hear people talking, all you hear is I. There's a term for that. And we never heard it before until recent I'll say in the last couple of years. And I'm not, you know, I'm not certified to diagnose anybody, but again, you could do your research and you could even ask Chat GPT, who are the people that say I, me. There's a term for it. And then when you match up the behaviors that you see, is hard not to assess it as such without credentials, allegedly.
You know, I was telling her that, but you know, 2 videos ago, I kept saying, Clayleen, you're not listening. I said that 2 videos ago. We had a conversation behind the scenes, me and her talking, and she was talking, and I said, hey, well, I'm gonna be quiet and listen. And I said, okay, well, I'll talk to you later because she don't get it. I think she don't see. I think she needs to go back, watch them videos, and see her behavior, and take some accountability for it. But I'm wore out. I'm tired. At this time and space, I don't need nothing to bother me. So I choose not to talk, resolve it or anything right now. I don't want any of that. I just want to be in my peace. I don't have time for it. You know, not only am I still missing my mom a lot, I'm sitting here. I didn't throw up twice since I've been on here because of that damn medicine. I don't have time for the rhetoric. I don't have time for the foolishness. I don't have time for the it's about me of something that you did yourself. She did that to herself. She brought her story out here. Those people talked about her. They didn't believe her story. It was not me. And then, come on, let's keep it 100 here. When them people question her about those stories, and she said, I to me, you should have told them how long you've known me, how long we've been friends. So to say that then, and to hear what you said in that video, why would you want me to say something that really wasn't, that I was flaky? And is that part of me not having your back? But how about this? I had the same fucking questions. But being your friend, I didn't say that. But I wasn't going to get on here and chastise somebody about the same question I had. Yes, how could you go back to Africa and you were scared the first time and all of that? I felt the same way. But you wanted me to get on here and say something to them. How can I would have been a hypocrite because I felt that. And look, for me to be flaky, Michael, you should come go to Africa with me. Why did you want? Why? See, now it makes everything. You see what I'm saying? Everything you just said before that is null and void with me. Because if you felt I was like that, and that I threw you under the bus and I ain't had your back, that hurts me. Because some people didn't even mess with me because I was messing with you. People that said you were clout chasing. People, yeah, you know what? You were, but I allowed you to clout chase. You would somebody, well, why is she talking about her husband all the time? And blah, and you know, so you just rub people the wrong way, but we all do. You would come over here, you know, because like I said over on my channel, when I did, you were promoting the hell out yourself. But it got to the point you was coming over here only when it benefited you. You didn't come over here to benefit me. And that's what pisses me off, is because I allowed that. I gave you that. And for you to turn around, for you to turn around and do a video to me about everything you done for me. You prayed for me. I prayed for you. You did this. I called you come get some lasagna. I called you on Thanksgiving. Look, so we can keep going through that. We can keep going through that. But that there was the straw that broke the camel's back for me because you knew exactly what the outcome would have been when you got up there and did that video. You did it for the ops. You didn't do it for me. You didn't do that to find closure or resolution. You did that to be facetious. I just went and looked at your video. You got 120 some videos on that. Every other video, 22 views, 45 views, 30 views. That's a step up for you. And you knew that that would get you them views. It wasn't that serious for you to go live like that. It wasn't that serious. You could have called me. But I tell you this, don't call me no more. Don't call me no more because the lines ain't open. I don't want to talk. I'm good. I don't know right now. I am I'm just blown away. But I'm good. A lot of people have been over here and done me wrong and went and started because people like that have to hang out with somebody. Then when you hang out with them and you see what it was, and find out that I truly was a friend. You were mad because I wasn't being vocal, speaking upon you for your stuff. That was your stuff. It wasn't my mess. It was your mess. Why did I have to speak up? I did a whole damn video. What more could I have done? And you was like, you didn't have my back. Those were your words. I'm flaky. Why would I have your back? But you know what? It usually works like that. Every time I gotta listen to my 4C game. Every time it's about to go left, the 4C game be in there questioning. They've done it to quite a few people. And right after that, those people have stabbed me in my back. Because that's what I felt like. I felt like you did what you knew I don't like the most. And that's people doing a video on me. My people that I'm close to. But I see we weren't that close. You call me and talk to me about everything. You call me and talk to me about intimate things. You call me and tell me about your husband and all those things. But you couldn't call me and tell me that your feelings was hurt. That's all. And look, your feelings set up. I gotta throw up. Go ahead.
I hope you feel better. Oh goodness. But yeah, that I really do hate that it's happened. But to me, I think it's a simple fix, if you want to fix it. And again, it's what you value. Um, I do hope at some point, and right now, maybe this is what's necessary, in order to get to a better place, is to hit the pause button. The pause button on the relationship, the pause button on the even this responding. Just it's non-existent right now. Throw it into the sea of forgetfulness. Um, and yeah, and what I can say is I can respect the fact because I think it's hard for men to be open and honest about their feelings from what I've seen, the men I know. But I applaud you, CMA, for being open and honest and saying, hey, ouch, this hurts. And it makes sense, when you look at the closeness or the level of closeness in comparison to people you meet on YouTube or whatever. But this is somebody you could, see and reach out and touch in the flesh. Um, So yeah, it does make sense that it would hurt. I think a lot of what you're saying is spot on. I don't know the true dynamic of the relationship other than what's been brought here and explained. Um, so I understand the depth of your pain. Um, it only makes sense, and I'm of the mindset, you know, if it's gonna go wrong publicly, then it needs to be fixed publicly. Yeah, you should have at least have some discussion offline, but I think it would be quite admirable, to see you all as mature adults first, and then, well, as mature Christians, and then as adults. Um, and doing that publicly, people can see you, just wig out and go off, or respond and fight. They could see you fight in the flesh, and it's like, ooh, that was a good one liner. I mean, and I think we all are guilty of, okay, well, well, I wonder, I want to see what's going to happen next. How is this going to unfold? And do I enjoy this every single day, 365 days of the year? Hell no, I don't. There's too much life happening. Once I click this little button, whether I'm sitting as a viewer on this channel or any other channel, and yeah, I don't know. There's a big world out here. So yeah, this does help to pass time on, when things aren't happening, and I get here to support, because I personally like CMA. And I've seen a lot since being on YouTube, and I didn't even know this kind of stuff existed. I thought it was just on TV for the reality shows, but I'm learning otherwise. But I do believe, the fix, how the final result, whenever that time arrives. I do feel like it should be, the handshake or the happy closure at the end be made public. We saw it unfold and fall apart publicly. So see it fixed publicly the same way.
I'm drained. I'm really drained. Like I said, this has happened time and time again. And I'm tired of things happening, and then people saying, well, CMA. And and it's making it seem like I'm the culprit here. All because I said, I'm not gonna argue with you on here. Let's not do it. Those were my words. Let's not do that here.
That was the respectful, I think. I mean, I think you were trying to shield what was happening, or what you saw happening. But like somebody said, I don't know, Sweet Rita in the chat, because she was in her emotions, opposed to looking at it, with reason and logic. There was no room for that, because the emotion said, oh, go over there and let them have it, or go over there and, give them a piece of your mind. But yeah, a simple phone call, or like you're saying, phone call, or interrupting your chat, like, hold on, get back in the chat message. Hey, I need to talk to you. We need to talk now. Stop this. But yeah, I'm just an outside observer, but a voice of many, because it's a lot of folks that feel the same exact way.
I know people are human, but if you confess to love God so much, that was nothing like God. And the fact that, like I said, she was the one to me, oh, you need to, God is calling you. God is calling you. But in the middle of him calling me, why would you be the one that downing me? You downed me. You said my friendship was phony and fake. I didn't have your back. I intentionally started mess. The shit that I heard you say. Why would I want to do that to you? What would I get out of bringing you down? I'm giving you nothing but advice. When I told you to stay your ass from over there with Stovall, what happened? He kept drugging you. He drugged you. When you called me, and it was kind of sinister because she called me. Oh, wait a minute. See him, Michael. Did you say nobody's mentioning your name on YouTube? I said, yeah. Oh, baby, your name is being drugged all over YouTube. You know, he got a new channel. I don't know how it just happened to come by, but it's Icy Mike Angel. I knew nothing about none of that. And this is what you call me with. And I sat there and I listened to you, and you, that's what I don't care. You talking about, well, it just happened to come across, and it was funny to me. And you watched the whole thing because you was telling me everything he said. And I got off the phone with, I said, I don't care. I said, he ain't fighting with nobody but himself. You were being messy. You were being the author of confusion because you said it before you started. And when I got on my video, I didn't say your name. I said, the person that called me last night, I don't know what you attended out of that. What did you want me to do with that? I'm in the hospital sick. And you studied. Oh, yeah. And, you know, I ain't going to tell you the part he said about your mama, but, oh, it's a friend. Now you have some friends, and because I had said, I'm good, I'm in peace, I ain't cussing on. It's like you wanted me to go there. You wanted me to go there. The one that kept saying, you need to pay, find out what you wanted me. That's the second time. The other time he's like, you know, I ain't gonna say his name, but you know, it just I don't know why his thing come across. It come across because you watch them. It's one thing for somebody to say something come across their news feed, but you do have to push play in order to watch it. I don't care if it come across or not. A lot of people stuff come across me. I don't play, and I don't have no problem with that. But I got tired of you going over there and embarrassing yourself. You're a grown woman, you can go where you want. But you went over there trying to explain. Why did you try to explain to him? Why didn't you try to explain to me? You didn't do a video on him right quick. You went over there and tried to explain first. You gave him more grace than you gave me. And I ain't drug you. I ain't said the shit that he said about you. But you know what? In the midst of you getting off here, you knew two things. That let me go live on my channel because they going to watch this. You knew it was going to be some views. You like that a little bit too, and you can claim it and put it on whatever it was. But a lot of that was, you like this. You like this. Whether it's two people, you know, and when I was looking, it was 12 people watching you. But I didn't even like the fact that those 12 people were hearing you say something about me. Now you at 100 and something. Talking about me and how I'm not a good friend. Yes, I have a problem with that. Look, yes, I wish it was one of them videos where you got 12 or 13 people that watch. But it's amazing. I mean, that ain't really a number, but it's bigger than what you had. So all of those people, the way they watching you, do you feel good about that? 100-some people watch you. Why did they watch you? Did they watch you because of you? Or did they watch you because you was talking about me? Some people do anything. And you knew when you went live that it was, I didn't do a video talking about you. I said it to you. I said, if you got pissed off, you got pissed off because of something I said to you. I didn't get on video and talk about you. And you start out, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Baby, just look at your videos and see how you can talk and how long you can talk and how fast you talk. You do that. You don't listen. I can do a compilation of videos of you not listening or somebody saying, wait. No, let me finish. Let me finish. That's your no, let me finish. And then you talk. And then when the other person go to talk, you don't let them finish. That is what you do. And I don't know if you don't realize that. But it's going to take me a while to get, I know that I'm not rocking with you like that anymore. I can't. I can't. You didn't. That hurt. That hurt. That was when you let somebody in your house, you feed them, they wash up, take a shower, all of that, and then get outside your house and talk about your house. Oh, that house was nasty. I saw a roach. But you did all that in the house. I don't think she know the depth of what she did when she did that video. That put such a dent, a split, and a divide in our friendship. 30, fuck the 30 years. We talking about last night. What came down to last night? What came down to me dropping you down, and instead of you dialing me, you wanted to jump on live and let me make this straight. Hold on.
Whew, that's all I can say. Yeah, so many thoughts running through my mind, and it's, just trying to, it's like any, many, money, mo, pick which thought. I don't know. I don't know how they could come to a resolve without a willingness. And I'll say that part. And I shook my head and agreed with what he was saying about the talking, the over talking people. And I've learned, because it's almost like a theme, and I would love to know what you guys think. Because I'm sure we've all met and had to deal with people that talk over you, and especially in a disagreement, and they get aggressive and hostile or whatever. And I'm not so much buying the fact that, oh, well, this is how I am. No, you don't have to be that way. That's a choice you make. And just because I'm sitting here calm, cool, and collected doesn't mean I can't become your equal and out yell you and out talk you. But it's bad enough listening to you is draining. But to match the energy is that much draining. So you might as well preserve your energy, especially if you're going to end up with the same outcome. Why exert all that energy? But there's kind of a theme with those kind of people. And it seems almost like it's a tactic that's used. If I can overtalk them, outtalk them, get louder than them, it's somehow gonna, it'll make them give up and give in. And sometimes it happens because it's like, what? Again, what's the value added? It's pointless. It is pointless. Only until they're willing to listen, and you still may have strong opinions about the things that are causing you grievance. But if they're not willing to listen, you can't even begin to deconstruct everything that's within inside of you. It's no how, no way. You can't even, you might as well not even sit at the table. There's no need until that part is addressed. And I'll believe that until the day I die. Yeah, it's just exhausting. And like we were talking yesterday, like some people you can talk to on the phone or even in the chat, and they're like a ray of sunshine, a burst of energy and just goodness. You don't even have to know them. You can feel. It's a lot of you I can feel. I'm like, you know what? I wonder how old some of the age range some of you are. Because some of the things that you say, each of you say, is so mature. And I'm like, man, if they're in their 30s and they're thinking like that, imagine when they become 50 or in their 60s even, just how powerful and profound they will be, and how they'll be able to reach others. That's what our life, that's the mere existence for why we live, not just taking and draining the draining people, mentally and physically, but what are you able to pour into it? And I like to leave people feeling better than they have before they even talk to me. If I can't do that, then my job's not done. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect Christian, that I do everything right, that I hit all the marks. Cause yeah, let somebody pull out in front of me in church. Lord Jesus. Y'all will hear that story one day, but um I'm having an aha moment. He's got a sense of humor. But anyway, let somebody pull out in front of me in traffic. I had to repent, the rest of the way home or whatever to my destination, because they get it. It's not something I'm proud of, but God knows it all. So what I need to have from y'all for there's no need. But I feel like I'm babbling. I'm still tickled about what just happened. Okay, let me just go on this year because I don't know how long he's gonna be. There was a girl at when I was in another state. The girl was she was a member of my church, and we had become pretty close as members of the praise team at the church. So a small group, small church too, and the church was mostly family. Yeah, they were mostly family. The pastor was a female. She was a sister-in-law to this girl. And so anyway, we became friends, and just kind of kicked it. She made me smile. She made me happy when I would go to rehearsal. I just loved her. I absolutely loved her. She was goofy. So anyway, one day she told me this story, and she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna apply for this job, and they got to do a background check. They got to do this, that, and the third." And she was like, um, "I need a little help." I was like, "Okay, she need a little help." And to me, I don't. If I got it, even the shirt off my back. If I could help you, then I'm gonna help you. But don't take advantage of me, because I'm no fool. But so anyway, she asked me for help, and I was like, okay. So advanced her the money. Well, I didn't put a time limit or anything. Because I on the strength of where we are, I trusted that I would get it back. I wouldn't have to chase her down. Okay, so a couple months gone by, we still interacting like we had always. Maybe 3 more months went by. We're now at 6. And it was something about this particular day that she came in. Her energy was off. And she sat right beside me to my right. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what this is. And that's when I discovered, okay, maybe I've got the gift of discernment, because right now it's almost like I can hear her thoughts out loud. And I wish it would shut up because it's distracting. I can't concentrate on the word right now. And right now I came into the church doors happy. But right now I'm hot as fish grease. So, and I'm like, we up here in the front of the church, and I'm sure it's evident, if there are other people like me, I'm sure they can see the dynamic and feel it just as strong as I could. So just as I thought, my my conscience told me that she was going to get up when church was over and dart out the door. So what I started doing, get my stuff ready. I told my daughter, look, be ready when it's time to go. We out of here. Sure enough, the lady got up, and her sister-in-law is usually at the church doors greeting everybody as they go out. So she darted out. She got out before me. And the pastor was like, wanting to talk like she normally would. I said, "Pastor, hold on. I'm probably gonna have to bring this back to the altar. So just hold on. I'll be right back." So we get outside, and she's already off the main property of the church. She's over in the parking lot. So I yelled her name. I was like, "Lisa." That's not her name, but Lisa. And I know she heard me because she was the only one out there. "Lisa." She still ignored me. And I was like, "Lisa." And she turned around, "What?" Ooh. I had to clutch my pearls. Jesus, keep me close to the cross because I'm about to fall right now. And sure enough, I was like, I'll paraphrase what I said to her, but I was like, why are you answering me like that? I'm just trying to find out what's up, So she was like, what you mean, what's up? I was like, I don't even know who sings the song, but B better have my money. That's what's up. That's kind of where I was. So she she was like, I ain't got your money. I ain't got your money. I was like, okay, well, what is all this attitude about? All you had to say was, I don't have it. I didn't bother her for the 6 months or whatever. I never mentioned it. I didn't want her to mention it. But when she was giving me all that negative energy, I'm like, okay, we're not going to pretend. Like CMA will say, well, what we're not going to do is sit here and pretend. And I'm not trying to elevate myself above you or anything, but you're not going to treat me like I've done something wrong to you. If anything, I should be coming up in this piece every single time with an attitude, knowing that you owe me. But you sit and kiki or whatever, and I go along with it because God provides. He always provides. He doesn't treat me any kind of way when I'm supposed to do something that I haven't done. If anything, he encourages me. So I was trying to, follow my example, but yeah, the situation just didn't allow for it. So yeah, I was standing on the church steps. It's nothing I'm proud of, and I'm only sharing, not to pat myself on the back or whatever. I'm sharing because it's real. It's real. It's my testimony. And thank God he delivered me from that. Not to say I won't fall again, but I will at least pause and think twice about it instead of just flying off. I was in my emotions, in my feelings, and I wanted to get her told, you're not gonna talk to me like that. That ego. That's what I've been talking about. The ego is a bear sometimes. So yeah. So now that we have back, yay, welcome back.
Yes, they just came and I had to go through a whole. I can't believe I get on here with a smile on my face. And if anybody think that I have a ill will intent against Queen, that's the part that bothers me. That's the part that bothers me. For her to say that I was malicious, that was her words. He was being malicious. I protected her. I have protected her. And and I'm not even going to give it that much energy anymore, but for my peace. Because that drained me. That drained me.
But CMA, seriously, when you have done all that you can do, like that song, when you've done all that you can do, just stand. This battle ain't yours. You're the vessel that's being used, but this battle is not yours. I'm with some of them in the chat, give it to God. And it's not to dismiss or invalidate how you're feeling, because you have valid feelings. I understand it, and would feel, if I put myself in your shoes, I would feel the exact same way. um but after you've done everything that you could possibly do, and you've done your due diligence, then what else is there left for you to do?
Because it's almost like I don't know who this Queen is. It's like she went on a rampage. You know how you buy an animal, get bitten, they get rabies, and now they're just wild. And and I know what that come from. People coming at her about her story. That's where all that starts from. And now I'm defending this person. Can't nobody tell me how to love my. We did that, but so, and I kept saying to her, "Why do you have to explain?" And my one thing that's my pet peeve is when somebody said, "Oh, that don't bother me," and I know it do. me and Up were good. No, y'all weren't. Because when you came up, the atmosphere shifted. You can cut the tension with a knife. You were totally different. Than you weren't that happy-go-lucky queen that you are. That is why I was trying to nip that in the bud. But yet you came forceful again. We're not gonna talk about that. And then you wasn't listening. But you wanted to talk about Michael Stovall, which we were not talking about him at all on my panel. But you brought that negative energy. And when I could not get you to stop talking, instead I said, you didn't even hear me say, I don't want to do that on here. Because you were talking. And I dropped you down. Then you went to the chat. I'm done with you. I don't know who that Clayleen is. And I erased those messages. I don't know if me erasing. I didn't block you. I dropped you. We weren't finna go negative toe to toe like that. That's what I didn't want. And because I didn't want that, because baby, would you have had that same energy over here with everything that you said? Would you have said, if I hadn't dropped you and you was up, would you have said, Michael, you a flaky friend and you ain't had my back? You would have said ain't nothing wrong. You wouldn't have said that over here. But because you got in that platform and you had that, and the people, I don't know before anybody change, I can wonder who's going to change the narrative. The only people that's going to change the narrative is the ones that you were talking to in your chat. So freely, from what I hear. The devil came over, the first one. God, I'm messy. You know why they said I'm messy? Because you said I'm flaky. You put that out there on me. And I never thought it would be you. You came out and scandalized my name. You came out and put dirt on my name. You came out and you talked about me, damn it. And I'm pissed about that. And it's taking everything in me not to lay you out. Because we're not perfect, as you say. You lucky I'm not laying you out. And that ain't no threat, baby. But I could. But I have too much respect for you to do that. But don't push it, sweetie. No, I'm just kidding. That was the devil creeping in right there. I wouldn't even give anybody the satisfaction of me doing that. But, baby, I wanted to. I wanted to give you the energy you was giving me. Because I don't know what is wrong with you. I don't know what you done had. But you done lost your damn mind, girl. If you know me 30 years, you should have known not to do that damn video. Because that video has made me say, I'm done. I can't deal with that. I will not deal with someone that did what you did. You didn't do that out of wanting to explain to somebody. You did it out because you have media attention. You liked the attention. And you knew you was going to get it. I almost said an attention whore. And I'm being real. You like that. You love that. No matter what it is, you liked it. You revel in it. And you can put it on God and you can put it on all of that. But I ain't seen God in you lately. I've seen the worldly one. Well, my husband, that ain't when my ovaries said, oh, he hit my back. He went to the bottom. You sitting here trying to explain to a nigga to make him believe that you and your husband had sex. That wasn't that man's thing, but you can go that low with him. That you didn't came. You listen. And you got a doctorate in theology or whatever it is. You talking about all your credentials. What you got. This man said you shouldn't even be teaching kids. This man said he was going to call your job. This man said everything he could about you. Everything. And you gave it, and you still went back over there to try to explain to him. But you ain't called me one time to try to explain nothing. You went straight to do a damn video. You ain't called me. You ain't called me in the last 2 minutes. 2 days. You did a video, but you ain't called me. Even if you did I would have did a video and called you. You still ain't got my number. Because you know in yourself that you wrong. You know you wrong. You got, baby, you feeling embarrassed about your story. Something about you and everybody, because everybody coming at you about your marriage. What? She married him before she met him? What? Well, how long before they knew each other? Oh, she's stupid. This is all the whisper that I had your back. She a dummy. I had your back. Well, why he ain't over here? What, she got to fly all? Ooh, well, of course. The one that was in your chat, somebody come on home. He got the good overall video of how you flew all them damn miles. He said that to you, not me, and you didn't have that energy for him. But the friend, the flaky friend, 30 years. You can do a video. I am shocked you did a video on me. Baby, you did, because the old me would have came for you. The old me would have shut it down. The old me baby, you would have stopped doing YouTube. Trust me. And I think people are forgetting who the fuck I am. But, come on, somebody. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to do it. And I thought you would be the one that would help me or lead me the most. But evidently, you're not there. Evidently, you ain't as much God as you say you are. Because I didn't see God in none of that. I ain't seen God in you lately. You have been worldly. You have put yourself down to that level. All you said was, you been a good friend. You did. And I ain't listened to the rest of it. But I know this, you haven't been a good friend. You wasn't a good friend last night when you was talking about being a good friend. How the hell you a good friend and you're talking some shit about me? That you could have called me. But you addicted to that. That did something to you to be like, listen, since I couldn't get a word over there, I want y'all to listen. It was 8, 9 people in there. I'm so tired of y'all with these. Let me catch myself. But I ain't did nothing but help you, girl, when it came to YouTube. You talking about what we did outside, I'm talking about on YouTube. It's been more beneficial to you for us to be friends than it has been for me. Let me say that again. When it comes to YouTube, you talking about you prayed for me, you defend, you went in there defended because you want to be a part of something controversial. You know that gets numbers. So even you were talking about too great, I said, girl, don't say nothing because, well, I'm gonna say that. I said, don't say. You did all that on your own, but then you say I defended him like I owe you something. I don't owe you for defend. You did that. That's how you was getting known. That's how people knew who you were. You didn't come out here and defend yourself because wasn't nobody gonna watch you for that. You did that. Don't you dare make it seem like you defended me. Baby, that was getting you people, who is this? And I don't care if they come for me. You wanted that. You wanted that. But I'm talking about on YouTube, Clayland. I was already established before you got here. People already knew who I was. It was beneficial for you. That's why you always say, we've been friends for 30 years. You said that. That was what you like to do because you attached yourself to me. And I allowed you to do that. But you the last person ever going to attach themselves to me, because it seems like the ones that attach themselves to me end up doing exactly what you did last night. Was it because I think I know what it was. People get jealous. And I'm gonna leave it right there. We all can see it. You mad at me for you were that mad at me for you to do a video? Girl, you done lost your damn mind. But baby, cherish that 30 years, because it won't be 31. I'm really mad. That video just took away all of that. All of that. I'm good on you. I'm good on you, Queen of Queen. I wish you well. But I have no space for that in my life. None whatsoever. None. I don't know when you might do a video again. I don't know when you might turn on me again. That you turned on me. You stabbed me in the back. You jumped ship. You ran amok. Hell, Planet Rock didn't land on me. No. But I'm good. Listen, I'm better. I'm better. I'm not even mad at you, but I can't deal with you. I ain't mad at you, but I'm shocked. I'm not gonna deal with you. I wish you well on your YouTube journey. I can't deal with you on here or real life. Not now. I'm good. You don't have to dial my number. I'm not gonna dial yours. Anytime I feel like I want to dial your number, I will just look at your video of your flaky friend. Of your flaky friend. So I hope that video was worth it. Stand in your truth. Be transparent. I saw you were transparent last night. You told me everything, how you really felt and what you thought about me. Girl, please. Girl, please. Girl, please. So much more could be said on both parts. Trust me. You still there? You still there, Upward?
Yep, I'm here. Yeah.
I'm just tired of people that I think I'm cool with coming up against me, coming out at me. I didn't do anything to her to warn her to do a video like that. And if you was all that when I dropped you, why didn't you call me? But I knew it. I knew it went left when she was like, "I'm done." You done with what? You done? You done? You being done with me? Who is that gonna hurt? Me or you? I'm done. I don't pop up in your chat like that. When I do, it's to help you. You're not helping me. Me talking to you is not doing anything for me on YouTube. I'm done. People kill me, and I'm done. You know, people kill me. A lot of y'all got numbers, and your views don't match your numbers, but you done. You know, your numbers that you had to watch your video is the same number of people in your church. Okay, no, I'm just joking. Let me stop. Y'all was just trying to be a little funny. Just being a little funny. I like her pastor. Maybe I need to talk. I want to do her pastor know what she's doing on it. Maybe I'll call her pastor. Let me call the pastor and let her know if you on here talking about your husband and knocked the bottom out of that. He done knocked the bottom out of it. He done broke your back. Y'all fell off the bed. We talked about all of that. And I'm flaky. You told me how good you and your husband had sex. I'm flaky. You told me how good it was. I'm about to go to Africa and get some. Fly 25 miles. And then not 25 miles. How long is it, Mr. Stovall? You know. Okay, you know, enough about her. Enough about her. Y'all, I'm done talking about Queen the Queen. Y'all won't hear her name come out my mouth anymore. I have the gift of goodbye. Watch. Watch. I have navigated these YouTube streets this way. And I don't wish no hurt, harm, or danger on her. But what I do is wish my peace. She's bothered my peace. My peace has been bothered. She got me on here wanting to clap back. And I don't like that. I don't like it. Because she's slightly, that was, you know what she did last night? That was a mini clapback video at me. It didn't show me in a good light. A lot of people want to tell you what they did for you to make their stuff look better. But what you do for your husband, honey? Fuck what you did for me. What you doing for him? Getting him okay. Oh, Jesus. Where's my? Oh, let me shut up, y'all. Let me shut. Then I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. Then I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong. I ain't the one talking about you. I ain't your enemy. Look around you. Look in the mirror. I mean, remember, you ain't talking about, I have good friends. I've had friends been better than you've been friends only a year, 2 years. I talk to Sweet Rita more than I talk to you. I talk to Upward more than I talk to you. So let's stop the 30-year stuff. Hold Sophia back. Not really, y'all. So, Bart, I'm at, please, y'all, I don't want to hear nobody say Michael. Oh, y'all, look, ain't it amazing? There's 30 people in here, a person for every year. I'm so tired of hearing that shit. If we've known each other that long, that's even more reason why you shouldn't have did that video on me. My friend? My friend? I don't understand these new. My friend. And then the first thing they do, they allow them outside people to creep in and be gullible and naive. Oh God, why do every time I eat, I'm feeling nauseated? I think I'm pregnant by the doctor. You all right, Upward?
Yeah, I'm sitting here with stuff in my face, child.
You know, every time I'm eating, I'm feeling nauseated.
You eating too
I
fast?
don't know what that's about. No. So, I say all that to say, please don't ask me, well, how you and Queen of Queen? Don't say, oh, y'all, baby, I didn't gave that thing over to God last night. That's why I'm on here today. I know people waiting. Oh, they would love to see me drag her.
Normally I would call and drag. I'm not even gonna cut the phone call anymore. But what I saw from her was somebody I didn't know. You know what? And let me be honest. A thing popped up. She had on all that makeup. Okay, stop, Michael. Stop, stop, stop. And it's not me reading her. It's just I'm telling you what I saw. What I saw. But there's the unhappiness. You're unhappy. Queen, you always talking about your husband don't want you out here in these streets having beefs. But you've been running amok. And now it's with me? Was that video worth us not speaking anymore? Because I'm not going to speak to you. I'm adamant about that. I wouldn't want to be with a friend with somebody that's flaky anyway.
Let's see, Meg.
Uh,
If she, let's just say hypothetically, so you mean to tell me if she came to you and she says, okay, I prayed about what happened. You hurt me, I hurt you. I prayed about everything that's happened, and God convicted me. And as a result, I'm here. I want to talk. Let's talk through this. You wouldn't be receptive to that?
she wouldn't be able to do that. She wouldn't be able to call me or anything. I'm finna stop everything. I'm finna block numbers, block all. I don't want it. I don't want it. I need me. I don't want none of that. So she wouldn't even be able to do that. What I saw last night is is it's like Peter denying Jesus 3 times. She denied me, and I knew it. I knew before the ice cream bell rang 3 times down going down the block. That's what I felt like. I feel like she was Peter. You know, said no, I don't know him. He's flaky. You know, CMA. Oh no, he don't let me talk. You know, CMA. I'm a good friend. You know, you did not. No, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good. There's nothing. You know, I watched that. And I prayed on the last night. I prayed, Lord, and I just kept saying, I said, this is like, why they keep doing this? She was hurt because I dropped her. What is her hurt? What did she say? What her hurt was?
Well, that's where communication, effective. People communicate all the time. Effective communication is by asking that, or her voluntarily telling specifically what the offense is that's causing her grief. You know,
Was she mad because I dropped her down? Was she mad because I didn't let her speak? What caused her to go and do that video? Oh, she wanted people to know that she didn't disrespect me. That ain't why you did that video. You know why you did that video.
well, whatever reason, and but how do you get past it? Get over it? Overcome.
I prayed for you. I went to the hospital and prayed for your mama. My mom was in the hospital. I didn't say, oh, I went and prayed for her mama and she didn't go. My mama was in the hospital. You didn't go not once and see my mama. But did I bring that up? You sat there and brought up the stuff that you did for me. That is a no-no. Because it makes me seem like you did it so you can have something to say. It be the people that be so nice. Just like, did she bring up when we had she got the sponsors for my mama thing? Because I see she was, I didn't watch it. I've been nothing but a good friend. I never said you wasn't a good friend. So what made you say that? All because I dropped you off of a panel where I kept trying to tell your ass, let's not do it on here. But you kept talking on a panel where you say you couldn't get a word in and said, how about I couldn't get a word in edgewise? Had me looking at you side eye. Come on. Or was it Up was present or the fact? Did you feel like we were gay? Me and Upward never talked about you outside of what we said here.
No need.
You were not the topic of the conversation, and I think that's what you think. I've seen when you started acting funny. Come on. I'm shocked. That will never happen to me again. I keep saying that. But I guarantee you this time, baby, nobody ever again will be able to smile in my face, leave my panel, and go and let me have it. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You can tell I got some medicine now. No, 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 no. But you know what? I'm really hurt. I'm over it. Wish her well on her YouTube journey. At least she had 1K. Well, at least she had 9.99 now because I unsubscribed. No, I'm just joking. She's over. But I'm done. I would have never thought that came from her. That was the one thing that's coming for me like that on YouTube. You came at me like we were enemies. You came at me like I was the ops. Feeding into. You already know how it is in these YouTube streets. All them people you ran to me and took up for, you just was feeding them. You fed them. You were feeding them, and you knew it. You didn't know some of the people that was in your life, but you was talking because you just gullible and naive like that. And that's what I was trying to protect. I was trying to protect you. I was rooting for you. But I'm over it now. I was mad at first. You see how I'm going through those emotions. I was shocked. I was shocked. Couldn't believe it. Then I got mad. I was mad as hell at her. No, the hell she did. Now I'm at the wow. You know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. That's the way that girl felt. I can't do it. But I can't be a part of that. That shit you going through with whatever you going through, baby, I can't. I'm going through my own. Because me dealing with you is pushing me away from what I'm trying to do. And I thought you would be the catalyst behind me to help. All right. Something told me not to let her up. Something told me to make an excuse.
Why would you have to make an? Just be truthful. I don't
And
know.
say, girl, no. Do what?
Be truthful and say, I don't want to let you up. Now's not a good time for you to come here. Maybe that way.
Girl, I ain't feeling this bad right now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling flaky. I'm feeling flaky right now. I'm feeling kind of side-eyed. Baby, ain't nothing worse. Ain't nothing worse than somebody you falling out with, and then they go down the list of what they done did for you. Like, girl, you forgot that one time. It's like you've been holding and waiting to say it. Now I never want you to ever do anything else for me.
Mm.
You won't be adding to your repertoire of letting me have it. So it won't be the same. I hate that she did, because I'm never going to look at it the same. I hate that. You know, I wish she'd have come on YouTube and people just knew we was friends and that's it and never interact and let her do her YouTube journey. But she is forgetting that she's forgetting that I introduced her to this. Yeah, she didn't mess up on her own, but baby, it come from me. I ain't throwing that in your face. I did all that flaky, but people know you Scorpio mama over there with them hats for you because of me. You know the hats I'm talking about, girl. You want to talk about what we said about the hats? We talking about them hats that Scorpio mama made. Come on. Since you been a good friend. Okay, I said I was happy. Let me stop. Let me stop. See, I keep it real. I keep it real. You telling
You,
all that. Let's
you sure
tell
you
it all. Mm,
sure you ready to stop?
I am just, I'm shocked at you and I'm hurt. Maybe see, that ain't nothing but the devil want me to clap back and everybody. See, he end up letting everybody have. Why did y'all end up? That's what y'all want. Well, I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want.
Mm.
No, I better pay you motherfuckers none. God bless me. Thank God I got Upwork. She was taking your place anyway. Now let me stop. Oh, this was. I was really just, but I don't care. I was joking. That was two separate entities.
Mm-mm.
Me and Up were working on 30 years. Hell, we might be 86. We might be 86 when we get there, but I don't think she's gonna do no damn video on me.
That ain't my style.
Okay, you see how you feed into stuff because I figuring that had a little bit to do with it as well. I don't know why that's just down in my gut.
Whew. Mm. Jesus be a fence. That's all I can say. Yeah. I'm at a complete and total loss of words. Yeah. What can you say after all of that? Not a whole lot. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot. But anywho, all I can think of right now is like sitting on a beach and just imagining the beautiful sand and the ripples in the sand and the smell of the ocean. Can't like you can even just envision the smell of the ocean. And if it was a day like it was yesterday, OMG, in the last 2 days, like the mid 70s and a slight wind blow, it's like heaven. That would be there would be no other place I'd rather be than in that type of setting. Or it be scalding hot, like 99 degrees. It's just hot. I don't know why black folks, that would be a good topic. Why black folks don't like to be out in the sun and go to the beach and be in the water. I love the outdoors. And other people I know, maybe my generation, they don't like to be in the sun. I love it. I absolutely love it. But that's just, I don't know. That's the kind of thing that I do when I feel overwhelmed, stressed. I just escape, hit the eject button, escape, and go off to a place like that. But even, sometimes even listening to this stuff can, um, believe it or not, it can pull on you emotionally. And while I understand the heartache, the pain, the disappointment, feeling let down, um, I just, yeah, I mean, I just think it's, you express your heartache or your disappointment, and you know pad the wound and press on. The sweetest revenge, and this is not my quote. These are Oprah Winfrey's wise words. When the sweetest revenge is success. So that, coupled with Maya Angelou, is not what they call you, is what you answer to. I mean, people think, feel, and believe how they want to feel. None of my business. I know who I am. You know who you are. And CMA knows who he is. We all confront that and deal with it. So, but after a while, I mean, truth be told, is it becomes like beating a dead horse. You got to pick up your big girl britches, your big boy draws, and pull them up and keep it moving. Hold your head up high, whatever. But yeah, I think the initial shock of it, I can't tell him how to feel. Um, I'm never gonna try that. I will say, well, consider this or consider that, but you know, I don't, it's sad because friendships, again, if you value the friendship or the relationship, um, that's what matters. If you don't value it, then let that shit roll. Let it roll.
To the window, to the wall, to the sweat run down my. I'm good. I'm good. I'm through the initial hurt, the initial pain. Feel disrespected. I didn't disrespect you. I'm good on it. Um, everybody in for a season. The season is over. The reason in the season, I am good. I shall move on. I shall wear a crown. When I tell the story how I made it over, soon as I get home, I'm gonna put on my robe and tell the story how I made it over. And everybody ain't gonna make it over with you. I have made it to the mountaintop. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Now I may not get there with you. Sometimes you gotta run the race alone. You gotta fight the fight alone. Sometimes you gotta separate and go down different. This ain't the way you're supposed to go. Oh, it's been good, but now we've been holding hands. It's like I gotta let go. You gotta fight on your own. You gotta fight with the blood-stained banner.
Mm.
I'm tired of knuckling up for people. Just knuckling up for them, for me to turn around and them to bust me in the head. Here you fighting for people, and yet they secretly turn around and bust you in the back of the head after you done whoop people for
Maybe that's the problem.
them.
Just maybe. That's
Yeah,
Yes, maybe sometimes we, or you, or I mean, you're not alone. But I think sometimes when we get in God's way, He allows that to happen so we can move and get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. You know?
And sometimes God will use church folk to teach you a lesson.
Yep.
He will make them act some way to show you a way not to act. And they in the church. Some of you church folk can kiss me on the cheek and give me a hug and say, "What you thought I was about to say?"
I'm starting to feel some kind of way. I'm feeling a little bit offended. Yes, I done laid the lady out on the church steps. Okay. And making no insinuation, CMA.
Well, I remember beating the boy up at church, but we was younger then, you know. He was on the side of the church. I kicked his ass
Mm.
and went in there and played about it. But I'm serious, you know, this shows me, you know, nothing is up. The devil will use any and everybody. Nothing is off limits. He will go to no ends. You know, devil, you didn't win, though. You might have got my friend, but you didn't win.
Okay. All right.
You might have got my 30-year friend, but you didn't win. Because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep having Bible studies. I asked her to come over here and have Bible studies. Not once did she say yeah. But you know what? Not once did you turn me down. Here, we did Bible study not even on here. We can be talking and think about something and you pull that Bible up and we'll talk. This is what I'm talking about. God knows who to put in your life. And I ain't pitting nobody against nobody. I'm just saying what's working.
Thank you
Am I
for
making
saying.
sense?
Yes, you are. And I I think, yeah, right now is the season for y'all to chill. But y'all gonna be doing the same thing too eventually. You say no and you feel like no right now, man, whatever. Y'all gonna be cool again as you should be. If you started out on a good foot, you should end up on a good foot. But you just got some turbulence right now. And
Did you
just
call him? I'm going to be friends back with Bigfoot.
see, I'm
You're
saying
wrong. You're not going to call her no
don't mess,
names.
don't mess up my flow. Don't mess up my flow. You just didn't want
I,
it. I had to say. That's what that is. You rejected it.
I'm like this. I'm good. Not right now. Now.
Right.
I'm
Understand.
good. I am truly, truly hurt. You know, I couldn't have made you that mad. But she had been talking there. When you said, she said, yes.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Hmm. So yeah. I think they're gonna repair it eventually. I hope they do. Hopefully so. But yeah, y'all, I am I'm tired. I sometimes I think I got ADD.
Girl, she knocked on here like, Papa. I said, girl, I thought I had one. It was for my lunch.
Look,
Um,
that forcefulness came from above. That was divine intervention.
what happened? What happened? She must have got a phone call.
Double portion dinner only, not for lunch and breakfast.
They gave me, oh, okay, okay. I don't know why they did that, but okay. There's something else here. God damn it. Son of a, watch your mouth, Michael. But yeah, y'all, I'm good. I'm good. You know, God will shake you up, turn you around, place your feet back on solid ground. You know, he will use folk. He would use your mom and your daddy just to prove something to you. You know, I'm just real. I'm keeping it real. I would have never done the video. Never would have. I didn't even read this chat, y'all. I had to go get me some glasses. I had to go get me some glasses. Yeah, let's see what we got for lunch. Yeah.
Can I help you?
Yes, I was looking for the nurse for the painting.
Yeah, she'll be with you shortly, okay?
Okay, thank you. Y'all know what? Y'all know what? I went into the. Y'all know what? I went into the. Hold on, I'm hearing that. Hello? Shit. Hello? I don't know what's. Hello? Okay, y'all just. Oh my goodness.
Oh my Lord. All all right. Okay. I'm not gonna eat nothing. Oh, I keep biting my lip. Oh. Uh, hello. Can y'all hear me better? Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Please. I just can't nobody let me hear. I was going to say, yeah. Um, Upper must have had. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it too much more no more, y'all. I'm gonna let that go. I don't even want to speak about it anymore. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. The sun will come up tomorrow. come up tomorrow. I'm thinking about leaving out of town, going on a trip. I'm thinking about going on a trip. What? This is enough. I want more. It's all right. I'll do the bathroom. The hell is a lemon lime? I want to drink out of a straw. Oh, the ice cream. Oh, excuse me. Nope. I gotta go pay something. Oh, they're taking forever. Shoot. Well, yeah, I guess I get off of here and give me some rest. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm tired of being there. I'm the only person go through some shit while they're in the hospital. It's all right. I want my mama. I'll always love my mama. I was at your plate for lunch. Be some of this Italian ice. Italian ice. Oh, my foot. Oh my God, my foot. That ice is all right. All right, y'all. I'm just going from now on. Be careful who I deal with. Be careful who I deal with. Yes, y'all. Well, be careful who I deal with. Y'all know me. I have the gift of goodbye. I stay to myself, and I don't watch nobody else. I don't want nobody always sitting around me and that man. I tell you, my mother, my brother, or my sister, would you believe I get up, put on some clothes, go out, and help them find somebody for themselves if I can. Yes, I will. Now, I don't mind company because company's all right with me every once in a while. Mm, just to hear. You know, these YouTube streets are funny, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Trust and believe. It is what it is. I wonder what happened to my girl Upward. She's probably busy, had her car. She has a life too. She has a life too. April says, I'm back, y'all. April says, I'm back, y'all, currently working with my girl up. That's what I was just saying. I just had a phone call. You know, Upper has a busy life too. I shouldn't be eating that ice cream. I'm just trying to get better. I got to say, I don't know what we're going to do with this foot. Mm-mm-mm. Upper says she's tired of my shit or this shit. See, I'm tired of grabbing this crutch in order to throw this stuff away. Hold on. All of this got to be thrown away. Them eggs and sausage away. They was cute. They was cute while they lasted. But now, apple juice. I like apple juice. Y'all like apple juice? I'm both of these apple juice. They just kept bringing me apple juice last night because they know. Oh shit! Ah, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Being in love with a married man. Oh, maybe I can hop over here. Ah, oh. Ah. Oh God, my leg killing me. Ah, it's hard to be gorgeous in bandage. It's hard to be gorgeous. Uh, my, you were acting like Eve on Barbershop about the apple juice laugh out loud. You know, yeah, I do kind of remember that. I do kind of remember that. Phone call, you'll be back. Oh no, you lost your slot, boo boo. No, I figured something. Yeah. Let's get up here and watch a movie. Get into real life. Get up in here and watch a movie. Be into real life. You know? Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Stationed here were not launched from this site. Tired. That means it's now it's done, son. I did for you wrote a wedding under demonic possession.
I hate cartoons.
For Scripps News Group and yeah, they know, but not listen. There's a light. Sweat. It's steaming. Yeah, just focus on. It's just way more complicated.
Uh, uh, don't think at night? No.
You are the father.
Okay, once more. I know who my daddy is.
Educate.
I know who my daddy is.
Pretty pronounced dip in the west and a ridge, an inflated ridge in the middle part of the country, which underneath it yields the relatively warm temperatures here. You can see our highs today in the 80s, all the way up to the U.S.-Canadian border. That for early October, and of course, a little bit warmer the farther south you go. Not so much yet in the Northeast. We'll probably get there. Could take a little while, but enjoy the relatively mild temperatures. A little cooler in the Northeast. You can see the Bronx this evening with the Red Sox.
Apple juice is good
With temperatures falling into the
and
50s.
good for you,
Very
though.
nice weather.
Yeah, I like apple
Chicago,
juice.
this is where the much warmer weather is farther to the west. Temperatures today in the 80s. How about that? Game time starts
80
4:08,
outside.
so we're going to be dealing with temperatures way above average in Chicago. And this weekend, it will continue. This is the pattern overall that's going to focus the warmth in the middle part of the country, and gradually, bit by bit, we're going to see warmer.
Because who's their partner? Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Here's somebody really well. Troubled home life, perhaps? Michael Babcock from LA. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Marielle, I'm doing great. How are
Hey,
you?
Mariella.
Very, very well. This story just feels like something out of a movie. It does not feel real.
I could not agree more. It really is. It's a story. It's a case like I can't ever remembering having seen here. Been 12 years doing this, and it's really
I'm
crazy.
pulling the scabs off my head.
More unanswered questions
Yes, I
than
am.
answered ones. But we're learning a little bit more, Marielle.
Oh, I had a big old knot here and all down
She was
here.
just 15 years old when she was tragically found deceased in David, the Singers of Tesla. It happened September 8th to be exact. She had run away in April of 2024, and that was the last time that she was home. It wasn't the first time she had run away. She had previously run away, but she had either returned back by herself or been brought back by police. We have learned, though, that between that time when she disappeared in April of 2024 and about the previous 13 or so months, 11 occasions police had been called out to her home, and it was most of the time for
I've seen somebody with lips that were just so kissable.
serious sounding, but there was an alleged crime or a disturbance, things like that. So 11 times they're out there. There was one time when the police were there 3 times on one day, and I think it's just people trying to piece together what her life looked like. She had a ex-boyfriend who had come out and said that he felt like her mom did not treat her right, that she really didn't have a nice home life where she was treated with love and care and all of that. And it's just a sad story at the end of the day. And police still have not said that David's a suspect. They've not even said that she was the victim of a homicide. They don't know. They still have, again, so many unanswered questions.
Police haven't asked to speak with him. He hasn't been named a suspect. I mean, the body was found. It was found in a vehicle.
Right. No.
Yes, I got.
And it's really strange because the police,
I'm glad y'all, I don't do all the drama. Was Miss Smith in here this morning? I know some of our regulars were. There's a lot of comments up in here. Oh, Diddy. What's going on with my Diddy?
11 years and 3 months at least. So they are going for a real heavy sentence here. He's facing a max of 20 years, but nobody thinks that that's even a possibility. There's no, I don't think, there's no circumstance where he gets 20 years, but years. Diddy has basically asked for time served. We've now learned that he is going to actually speak to the court tomorrow. So he's going to address everybody, the judge, etc., the courtroom. He will talk. What he says, that's the question. He is also asked to not be in his prison jumpsuit. Well, understandable. He wants to be in his civilian clothes, so he'll be in a nice suit, I would assume. And he is going to try and make his case one last time to the judge before the sentencing. But again, does the judge split the difference? I could see that happening. He said, hey, I've done a year already, let me go. They say 11 years. Does he get 5, 6 years? Could be.
Let him go.
My understanding is even 5 or 6 years would be almost unheard of for what the actual convictions were. So,
Yeah, and so it depends who you listen to. If you listen to the defense team, they say, yeah, this is a nonviolent crime, and he has already done more jail time than he should. If you listen to the prosecutors, they say, okay, he wasn't convicted on necessarily a violent act, but we know there was violence in this case. Cassie, we saw the video. So they say he's a violent man and he must pay for his violence, even though he wasn't necessarily convicted on those charges. So it's fascinating, if nothing else. And for Diddy, I mean, the guy's life is on the line here, at least for the near future.
all right, I know we will wait and see what.
I would give Diddy some. Diddy, you get out, you can give me some baby oil. Me and you, Diddy. It's ice cream. The more milk, the more it tastes good. Oh, this foot is killing me. Ah, ah, ah. What, y'all? Don't judge me. Judge your damn self. Or people just over here hanging out. Just hanging out. Yes, we are. Let's say good morning to my mom up there. Let's look at my mama. Let's see my mom up there. Me and my baby. See what picture that's still up there. Hmm. Ain't he cute? Oh, I want to thank you. went from that to that. What did Upward say yesterday? Didn't she say that the devil comes still and destroy? I like that. Hey, El Cheapo, how you doing? El Cheapo, did you ever email me? El Cheapo? It said, well, I can't stand him. El Cheapo, did you ever email me? Uh-huh. Oh, not yet. Okay, you do have it though. What state you in? Like you, my friend. Look, my best friend them in Vegas. I was supposed to go with them. Oh, I could have been in Vegas. Right? They should be coming back. I think tomorrow. They did their thing in Vegas. I ain't mad at them. Oh, yeah. And I'm you in LA. Okay. Yeah, give me yeah. I had a good time in LA on Wilshire. Is it called Wilshire? Wilshire. Wilshire Boulevard. I had a good time. Yes, I did. Once a month. Everybody's speaking. Oh, she is. Um, did you come to Compton? That fella. No, you know what? They wanted when we was there. I was there doing a play, and one guy was like, "We go get our hair cut," and they was like, they got the best haircut in Compton." I was like, "Oh, we won't be doing that. I'm from Detroit, but I'm a bad bitch, but I ain't no bad bitch. Because you hear so much about Compton. Straight out of Compton. Uh, 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 uh. They always ugly to me. Easy Ice Cube at the time was ugly. Dr. Dre was ugly as hell. I would have gave the DLC some. I would have gave the DLC a little bit. Straight out of Compton. I was just, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Why is fucking take forever? Lion. I'm gonna put my lips fire. Oh my God. Gonna look gorgeous. Uh-uh. What are we doing here? My mama loves me because I'm just so gorgeous. That's been rehearsed of one plays. All right, y'all tell me at the end of this live, I gotta plug my phone back up. Yeah, hear me? I had to plug my phone back up. This Sherry, I don't like Sherry too much, y'all. Something about her.
So good today. I love the dress that Willie Sinclair III from the Milwaukee Sinclair. Like I said, he is my wardrobe stylist, and also Chanel Smith was a wardrobe assistant. And now I gotta tell y'all, I'm not really a high fashion fashionista. I just play one on TV. That's literally because when I'm just out like hanging out in the streets, this is what I normally look like. Okay, I just show like this. When I tell you, in 12 different colors. Because that's what people say, Sherry, you out there riding the train by yourself. And I don't need security because nobody recognizes me. But let me tell y'all, I had a time during New York's Fashion Week. All right,
Wow.
it's one of the most glamorous fashion events in the world. And I've got to do 7 shows. When I tell you, oh my God, 7 shows. Willie and Chanel had me snatched and my glam team. Now, when I because when you go to their fashion show, the designer, you want to wear the designer's clothes. But let me tell you, this is hard for us normal, just regular sized women, because they had at some of the fashion houses like 19 racks of clothes that are teeny tiny sample sizes, which is like basically a size 4 and under. But then they would go say to me, oh, not those racks. We got a custom rack for you.
Not funny.
Rack, it just sounds fancy, but it really means you too big for them racks over there. You guys get the sample sizes. But even on the custom rack, I was holding up dresses that were so small that the only thing I could fit into it was my pinky toe and maybe my index finger in these dresses. So I appreciate Willie and Chanel because they did what they could. They produced some incredible looks for me, especially. And they produced these looks, and I looked good in them only because I was hungry. Let me tell you why. Because to fit in those dresses, you can't eat. I didn't eat. I didn't drink water. I was starving. Somebody offered me a mint, and I said, thank you, Jesus. Dinner is served. When I said, you know what, we think supermodels it is easy. I feel bad for these models because I feel their pain. I literally, while they were walking, they were just walking. I wanted to hand out cookies, cakes, pies. Every time they skirted by me, I wanted to throw a donut at their head. But the thing about it is when you sit in the front row at New York Fashion Week, you can't smile. It's a whole protocol. You have to be serious, and you just gotta look, and you casually turn your head as they go by, and then you turn back. It's like your eyes are already, and you turn your head as they go by. But some of the clothes that I saw were so good. One walked by, and I was like, "Girl, you wearing that?" Oh my God! And then everybody in the front row, they all turned and they looked at me like that, just and I said, "Look, what are y'all staring at, Anna Wintour?" It was Anna Wintour. I call everybody Anna Wintour because everybody had sunglasses on. And I'm like, I don't know how you wearing sunglasses. Can you even see the clothes? So that was my time at New York Fashion Week. I had a great
That was not funny to me.
Hey, keep this one.
New York Fashion Week. I'm ready for New York Restaurant Week. Are y'all ready for a good time? My song. You know what?
All right, so let me get up for
When
this.
I was thinking about,
I was
I
gonna
can't
sit
get
on
over
y'all.
my fashion week looks, but I'm telling you, oh my gosh, because they were just so